my last 2 children that I've been pregnant with, I've had to get my prenatal care 2 hours away and give birth to them both 2 hours away. And so if you don't have a vehicle, you're pretty much stuck with the health care that they have there. In December of 2001, I was pregnant with my second child, my daughter Madison. I started getting a contraction and then they started coming nonstop. I could already feel my baby, like the pressure. So I pull over on the side of the road and I walk to my friend's grandmother's house. I called 911. I told them I was in labor. I needed an ambulance. I couldn't drive anymore at that point. I hear a knock at the door. I hear the kids in the home saying, she's in the bathroom. It was a police officer. He comes and asks me if I'm okay. Then he asks if he can take me halfway. He offered to give me a ride to meet the ambulance. It's probably gonna take them a while. I can drive you to meet them. And I didn't wanna go. I didn't wanna move. I said, no, I don't wanna move. And then the second that I tell him that, my water breaks. And he tells me, Allison, if I need to pull over, I will. And if I have to deliver your baby, I will. And then as soon as he said that, I said, well, you need to pull over. And he gets out and he's in pure panic mode. He's like as white as a ghost. And he's just kind of like rushing around. He's screaming into his radio. He's asking where they're at. And so my contractions were coming and I was pushing. And I was about the 4th push. He was like, okay, the baby's almost here. You need to push. And so after like the 4th push, the baby comes out and he's standing there holding the baby like this and he doesn't know what to do. And so I take the baby and I just swipe the mouth to make sure there's nothing in the airway and I'm holding my baby against my chest. The EMT comes over and he cuts the baby's umbilical cord and he lifts the baby and takes the baby. And I was just watching and the baby's just steaming because it's so cold, it's wintertime. And they put her in a heated blanket. I heard the EMT tell my mom, congratulations, Cecilia, you're the grandmother of a new baby girl, is when I knew I had a daughter because I didn't know what I was having up to that point. I didn't want to know. And so they come and take me and put me in the ambulance and they drive us to Wolf Point, Montana, that's where people have their babies normally. And so we get there, it's like 2 a.m. and then they are taking care of Madison, they're taking care of me. And when everything gets settled down, they didn't know like what time she was born or anything. So they just put her at December 15th at 12:55 p.m. To help bring change, I am teaching my kids to advocate for themselves and their children. Hopefully my kids can learn early on that they need to advocate for all of their needs and their children's needs.